a desperate king, a forbidden ritual, a spirit dragged from the afterlife against the laws of God. It's not just a legend, it's one of the darkest stories in the Bible. The Witch of Endor tore open the veil between worlds and summoned a soul that was never meant to return. Tonight, we uncover the terrifying truth of the ritual that doomed a kingdom. Stay with me as we unravel this ancient tale and explore a channeling ritual to connect with the unseen. But be warned, some doors should never be opened, because once they are, they can never be closed. Welcome, seekers of secret spells and shadows. I'm Victoria Unikel, artist and media mogul by day and modern witch exorcista by night. Every Thursday, I lead you to lost knowledge, dark rituals, and scary legends come to life. From spirits and curses to ancient powers still at work today, this is where history and the supernatural meet. If you are ready to embrace the unknown, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Let's begin. Our story begins in the shadow deserts of ancient Israel, in a time of war, prophecy, and forbidden magic. The year is roughly 1000 BC. King Saul, the ruler of Israel, stands at the edge of ruin. The Philistines are gathering. Their swords gleam beneath the burning sun. Their war drums echo through the valley like an omen of death. Once God himself had chosen Saul, but something had changed. His prayers now fell on deaf ears. The heavens had abandoned him. Desperate, Saul seeks another path, a path he had once condemned, a path of shadows. Under the cover of darkness, he strips himself of his royal robes, hiding his crown under a simple cloak. He rides through the desolate hills. He doesn't travel alone. His most trusted men ride beside him. But even they dare not speak. The village of Endor is a place of whispers, hidden glances, and doors shutting at nightfall. Saul climbs down from his horse in front of a small crumbling hut. A torn sheet hangs over the entrance, swaying in the breeze. The air smells of burning herbs, and strange symbols are carved into the wooden beams. His men glanced at each other uneasy. Inside, a woman sits over a bowl of dark water, her gnarled fingers tracing unseen patterns across the surface. Her eyes, milky with age, flick upward as Saul enters. She knows why he has come. "I need you to summon a spirit for me," Saul says. The woman stiffens. The air in the hut seems to grow heavier. "You know the king has forbidden such things," she said. Saul's hands clench at his sides. "No harm will come to you," he swears. "Summon him." The woman peers at him through the dim light of the fire. And then recognition flickers in the gaze. "You are Saul," she breathes. A gust of wind rattles the walls. She could refuse. She could send him away. But something in his face, his hollow eyes, the deep lines of despair in his skin tells her that fate has already decided. With a slow note, she gathers what she needs: a bowl of water, sacred herbs, a sharpened dagger. She kneels before the fire and begins the spell. Her voice rises and falls like the wind in the trees, speaking words no man was meant to hear. The flames twist, flickering higher, casting unnatural shadows along the walls. Then she screams, "I see a spirit rising from the earth." She cries, eyes wide with terror. An old man wrapped in a rope. Saul fell to his knees. "Samuel," he gasped. A shape loomed in the smoke. A figure torn from the afterlife, twisted by the rage and prophecy. Its hollow eyes locked onto Saul. "Why have you disturbed me?" The spirit's voice rumbled, dry as ancient stone. Tears covered Saul's face. "I'm lost. The Philistines are upon me. God has turned away. Tell me what to do." Samuel's form darkened. His face was gaunt, sunken, a shadow of what he once was. "You are already dead." Saul's breath hitched. "God has torn your kingdom from you and given it to David. You disobeyed. You sought power in the dark. Now the dark will take you. But this time tomorrow, you and your sons will be with me." The fire exploded. Saul screamed, clutching his chest. The spirit's form was suddenly gone. Then darkness. The fire was out. The hut was silent. The Witch of Endor stood over Saul, staring down at him with cold, knowing eyes. "It is done," she whispered. By nightfall the next day, Samuel's prophecy came true. Saul led his men into battle, knowing he was doomed. He fought with the desperation of a man with nothing left to lose. But the Philistines overpowered them, cutting down his sons one by one. Saul, mortally wounded by an enemy arrow, collapsed on the battlefield. He could hear the Philistine warriors approaching, but he would not let them take him alive. With shaking hands, he grasped his own sword, turned the blade downward, and threw himself upon it. His body lay in the dirt, just as the spirit had foretold. The Witch of Endor's name was lost to time, but her story remains. A woman who summoned the dead and saw the end of kingdom. The Witch of Endor's power remains one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world. Throughout history, others have walked the path between the living and the dead. The Oracle of Delphi, ancient Greece, a priestess who inhaled sacred fumes and spoke the words of Apollo. Kings and warriors lived and died by her prophecies. Madame Blavatsky, 19th century, a mystic who claimed to communicate with ascended spirits, leaving behind texts of secret knowledge still debated today. The Fox Sisters, 1848, America. 3 girls who claimed to speak with spirits. They started the spiritualist movement and ended their lives in ruin and despair. Scholars dismissed the Witch of Endor as a myth, but those who practice the old ways know better. Spirits don't rest easily, and some voices, once summoned, never stop whispering. This ritual is a doorway for those seeking answers from the beyond. Here is what you'll need: black candles to open the veil, a bowl of water to reflect hidden truth, a personal object from the deceased you seek guidance from, a piece of pomegranate peel, the fruit of the underworld, a quartz crystal to amplify intuition. Step 1. Set the candles beside the bowl of water. Hold the personal object in your hands and focus on your question. Step 2. Whisper the name of the spirit you seek. Drop the pomegranate peel into the water and watch how it moves. If it floats, the spirit is near. If it sinks, the connection is too weak. Step 3. Gaze into the water. Breathe deeply. Watch for flickers in the candles, shadows in the reflections. The first image, thought, or emotion that enters your mind is your answer. Step 4. Close the ritual by whispering. I seek only wisdom, not control. Depart in peace. Blow out the candle, pour the water onto the earth, and keep the quartz crystal close for clarity. Summoning the past is dangerous. The dead don't always bring comfort. Sometimes they bring warnings. The Witch of Endor's story reminds us that some answers come at cost. Now I turn to you. Have you ever felt a presence from beyond the veil? Have you ever received a message from the other side? Tell me your experiences in the comments. And if you attempt this ritual, I want to know, what did you see? Subscribe, my darlings, and join me next week for another tale of the haunted and the magical. Until next Thursday, trust your instincts, embrace the unknown, and beware what watches from the dark.